What is going on, collective souls? Happy Friday evening. I wanted to do a video, kind of quick one, running through all the 12 signs. I will timestamp when I get to the signs and how this Venus retrograde will actually affect that sign. I'll go ahead and timestamp it so people can jump ahead to it. And then, of course, I'll timestamp the intro that I'm doing now so folks can check out the intro and then click on their sign and not have to go through all the signs unless they feel they want to, because, well, we have a lot of signs in us. Not everybody is diverse, but everybody does, usually have air, earth, water. Some may not have one of all of them, but check out your sign placements, and if it's worth it, go ahead and listen to the way this Venus retrograde is going to affect each of those signs. All right. So to start off, this is actually an article by Kate Robertson. So I just want to go ahead and point that out. So I'm just going to kind of run through for everybody. I thought this would be something different. Because I'm not sure a lot of people are familiar with the fact that we do have a Venus retrograde. It's usually a Mercury retrograde where it deals with, ex relationships popping up, technology issues, which I've been having a lot lately. I still can't get my pause button to work on my tablet. So it did work like 2 days ago, and now it doesn't. So, it's just a hassle I'll worry about later. But again, blame it on retrograde, right? So we're going to talk about what the meaning is for the Venus retrograde. All right. Sorry, I'm just going to jump right to it. All right, so Venus retrograde. Venus takes longer than Mercury to travel around the sun, which means that its retrograde period is both longer and less frequent than Mercury retrogrades, according to astrologers. So Venus retrograde happens every 18 months for about 6 weeks. So it does not happen as often. So like I said, most people are not familiar with it. Venus focuses on love, money, and aesthetics. Okay. So it's, your love life, it's, your money situation, and how you look and how you feel. Like, are you taking care of yourself? Are you eating right? Are you not? So it's just a way of reflecting on the love life, your financials, and, how you look and how are you feeling, right? Those are all kind of important things to everybody to a degree, so it makes sense. All right, so just a quick pointer. If you're happily single, this retrograde is probably going to enhance your investment in yourself because, obviously you're happy with yourself right now. You're not looking for love. You're not looking to settle down. You're just kind of doing your thing. So it will allow you to focus in on yourself even more, giving yourself even more self-love. You might even find yourself engaging in older activities and hobbies that maybe you haven't done for a while. Or, perhaps, finding a spiritual practice that resonates with you, right? It's you focusing on you. So, and if you're single and open to, looking for love, since Leo is all about love and retrograde provides a special opportunity to realign with your partner. Oh, I'm sorry, that's partner. I skipped way too far ahead. Sorry about that. So if you're single and open to a love match, don't necessarily become attached during this time. Go ahead and casually go out on dates, have fun with your friends. It's okay to not settle down with any one particular person during this time. And don't be afraid to express what it is you want. Maybe this is a good time to where if you are talking to a few people, kind of dating them, getting to know them, let them know who you are. Let them know what you're looking for. If you're looking for long-term marriage, settling down, possibly kids, I'm not saying the first date, but as you're, during this 6 weeks, go ahead, take the opportunity to open up about what it is you don't want. And hey, there's folks out there that are just, they're not necessarily looking for that long-term relationship, kids, marriage, settling down. They want to go ahead and they want to have some fun. They might want to be physical, and that's okay. You got to be upfront, open up about it. Let these people know that's where you are. If they choose not to stick around, and this is the same, it would be the same thing. Sorry, I lost my thought. Basically, it's okay to be one way or another as long as you're open about it and you give the outside parties an opportunity to decide whether they want to be part of that situation or not. Then that's how you're going to find who's right for you, who's going to stay, who's going to go. Okay. During this time, if you are married or in a high level commitment, like I was saying before I jumped ahead, Leo is all about love. So this retrograde provides a special opportunity to realign with your partner, kind of re-spark things. Maybe you're just kind of going through a lull moment where both of you have been busy at work, and retrogrades slow everything down. So I as crazy as retrogrades are, I personally love them because I'm more productive. I find myself being able to handle all of my responsibilities during my day job without anxiety, and I feel like I can check things off the list through the day. It makes me feel good. And then, I go and take my dog for a walk, and then, I come back and he eats dinner, I eat dinner, and then I'll come down, come down here, back down to my office area, and I will get on and start doing some readings. And so from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, I'm still constantly doing something, but I'm not overwhelmed by it. I feel like it's regimented, it's scheduled, and I can just kind of boom, boom, boom throughout the day. So that's why I like the retrogrades, because everybody seems to really slow down, relax, and take some time to enjoy their partner, friends, family, whatever it is, okay? Because once you come back out of that retrograde, you'll notice things start to get a little bit more chaotic. Life starts to get busy, kind of crazy busy, and that's when you feel like you don't have enough time. So, retrogrades, I think, are a good balance because, you have to take the good with the bad, right? But the positive is everybody can slow down and think about things and actually think about their life and not be so busy with the day-to-day activities, not being able to take the time and sit down for yourself and see what it is that you're interested in, taking time to get to know other people when you're dating. So anyway, I just think retrogrades are pretty nice, except for, there are hiccups, like Mercury, technology, things go wrong and don't quite work well. So anyway, so let's see, we're going to start off and I'm going to go ahead and talk about what's kind of to be expected for your sign during this 6 weeks. And I don't know if I said this, I can't remember if I told you, but this Venus retrograde actually starts July 22nd. So this will be this Saturday. I'm recording this the evening of Friday, the 21st. So I will have this uploaded and ready to go Saturday. So this will be for when it starts. All right. So up first, we have, and let me write this down so I can timestamp this. So up first, we will have Aries. And that's going to be at 10:13. Okay, Aries. Here we go. The Emperor. All right. So I'm going to hold up this card. Sorry if there's a little bit of a glare. But let me read to you this card. In this situation, where can you find wisdom and stability? All right. So that's the Emperor card. Now, what to expect? Since this retrograde is affecting your house of creativity, love, and children, this may be a good time to consider how you approach dating if you're currently single and open to meeting new potential partners. It may be a time to explore your childhood in a new light. You may be reevaluating, hold this back up. You may be evaluating the perspective you had on relationships when you were a child, all right? So this is just a time of reflection. You know, are you ready to move forward with dating somebody new? Have you taken the time to reflect on, you know, anything from your childhood relationships that may have carried over to adulthood? What is it you can, realize and maybe kind of work on? All right. So during this time, take the time to figure out, what do you want to do, right? Do you want to date? Are you ready? And focus on you. All right. Much love and light. Up next, we have Taurus. 10, 12, 20. All right. Taurus, the Hierophant. What am I ready to commit to in my life? All right. What are you ready to commit to in your life? According to this retrograde, will affect your house of home and family, asking you to reevaluate your family relationships. Additionally, since Venus is all about beautiful presentation, you might consider giving your home a facelift or exploring a few simple redecorating ideas. So it's a time for, a change up, right? Take a look at your home, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be freshened up. Maybe you need to do some painting, just a fresh up. Take the time. It's a slower time. Like I said, I always feel like with retrogrades, you can get more done because everybody around you seems to slow down. Everything does, which is great. It's a great time because, once you get out of these retrogrades, we get back into when it's not, or if Mercury comes around, things can get a little bit, hectic and chaotic, to where you start to notice you sometimes may feel like, I know I do, sometimes I feel like, during my day job and everything I do here, I feel like sometimes I'm just spinning my wheels and not really getting anywhere, to where when you go through the retrograde, everything slows down. Granted, with Mercury retrograde, there's technical issues that are frustrating, things like that. But it also slows down enough for people to be able to take time to reflect. What do you want to do? Do you want to rearrange your house? Do you want to, change up the paint color in your house? Something new and exciting for you, okay? So Taurus, that is what I have for you. Up next, we have Gemini, 1442. All right, Gemini, the lovers. What are you prepared to learn from this love connection? Okay, so we got the lovers here, Gemini. Since Venus is hitting your house of communication and nerves, it's an important time for you to really share your feelings. Venus retrograde is about relationships. You may have some important conversations come up in your relationships about feeling free to speak and express your authentic truth. So you might be in a situation to where, with your partner, family, significant others, co-workers, where you just want to start to open up more about who you are, maybe about what bothers you, what doesn't bother you. There are, ways you can express yourself without coming across as, brash, rude. You can do it in a way that's just genuinely explaining who you are. So take this time during these 6 weeks, okay, because I keep forgetting that when I switch, in case people jump to their sign, this is Venus retrograde. If you want to know the intro, go ahead and click on the intro before you watch this, so you kind of understand where we're coming from. But this starts July 22nd. I'm recording this on the evening of Friday the 21st. So this will come out right at the start of Venus retrograde, and then for the 6 weeks, this is a time where you can start to reflect on, your communication skills and being able to communicate your feelings, okay? There's totally a way to do it without, like I said, being brash, rude. There's nothing wrong. It's no different than going into a restaurant and saying, hey, I want to order a filet mignon with a baked potato loaded, whatever it is. You don't want to go in and sit there and go, okay, well, yeah, I guess I'll take the filet mignon. Just, I don't know, you go ahead and pick those sides for me. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. When you sit down at a restaurant, you're going to order what it is that you want and for what you're paying for, okay? So in your relationships, go ahead and be the same way with your communication. You can do it without being rude, right? This is a time. Slow down, let people know who you are, and work on those relationships and those communication skills, all right? That's what I have for you, Gemini. Up next, we have Cancer, 1735. All right, Cancer, we got the Chariot. What signs are you showing? What are signs showing you that it's time to move forward? Get in the car, get in your chariot. What do you need to move forward towards or away from, right? So we are getting into Venus retrograde. This is different. So check out the intro. That'll give you a little bit of more information before I read into how this will affect your sign over the next 6 weeks, okay? So Cancer, with the transit occurring in your house of finances and body, it's likely that you'll need to reevaluate your relationships to money. This includes straightening out your money priorities, studying your relationship between money and happiness, and more. Okay? So, is money truly making you happy, right? Are you in a relationship with money? Are you not moving forward towards love because you're too busy working? Are you working too much? It's time to take this 6 weeks to slow down to move forward, if that makes sense, right? Slow down from what it is that you're doing if you're working too much, if you're just worried about money, right? How do you feel about money? Is money causing problems because you're having financial problems, right? These are things you need to think about and either, say to yourself, am I spending too much time worrying about money? Is money the only thing that I want? Do I want love? Do I want something different out of life? Or is it you're having financial problems, you keep getting yourself into financial jams, And do you want to reevaluate how you're spending your money, how you're investing your money? Or if, are you in a relationship where somebody's, spending too much money and you're trying to save? This is the time over the next 6 weeks where you really need to reevaluate these kind of things. So you might also want to reflect on your relationship with your body. Do you love your body? Do you own your body? Are you confident in sharing your body with a consenting partner? Ask yourself these questions and identify any areas that need to be discussed with a partner, particularly around sex. You may be revealing how you may need to be reevaluating how you need to speak up in bed and ask for pleasures you desire, okay? So it's time to move forward. So take a look at those finances, and take a look at your body, your vessel, right? You have this one body that carries you through this 3D life until, your time is not, to be in 3D anymore. And while you're here, it's time to, communicate about what it is that, what needs do you need met in an intimate way with your partner? Have you lost the spark? Do you need to talk about it? And if, there isn't anybody talking back or working with you, then does this give you the answers you need to jump in your chariot and move forward somewhere else? All right. So this is what I have for you, Cancer. Up next, we have Leo, 2206. 2206. All right, Leo. Strength. Where do you find your inner strength? Okay. All right, you're the lion, you're the strength. Where do you need to find it? Do you need to have more strength in a certain situation or a certain subject topic? Let's find out how this retrograde is going to affect you. Now, I'm recording this on the 21st, the evening of the 21st. This will come out on the 22nd. July 22nd is when Venus retrograde starts. This is a different retrograde. It does go for about 6 weeks. And so this is different. It focuses on love, money, and aesthetics. All right. So, all right, Leo. Venus retrograde will highlight your house of identity and ego. This includes topics such as personality, looks, authenticity. I can't speak. And self-image. Only you will be thinking about what you value in relationships, but you might also want to consider which parts of your look are working for you and what is not working for you, okay? So it's kind of like taking a look at the outside of yourself and, do you want to change something? Are you happy with the way you are? Are you authentic? Are you being your true self? Are you showing up as you, who you are? Do you feel uncomfortable around somebody where it makes you feel like you're not happy with the way you look, right? You should actually be happy with the way you look, although there is nothing wrong because, people change their hair color and they're not judged for it. That just seems to be common. Some people are not happy with, their nose. They want to shape up their nose a little bit better. If somebody wants to do something that's not drastic, but maybe a little tweak, there's nothing wrong with that if it makes you feel better. But you want to make sure that you're doing these things for yourself because this is what you want to do, right? Kind of like getting tattoos. Some people do want to get tattoos. Some people don't. Some people, judge people with tattoos and other people people don't, right? So this is a time to reflect on the outer shell, you know, show your strength and show up as you. Be you. All right. So Leo, that is what I have for you. Next up, we have Virgo, 2517. Sorry, I'm writing this down, you guys. All right, so we've got the Hermit, Virgo. What situation in your life is asking you to look within? Okay, so the Hermit is the one that goes inside and does self-reflection. They take a look, they go within, and they get their answers. So this is, we are coming into a Venus retrograde. This is a different one. It focuses on love, money, and aesthetics, okay? I'm recording this on the evening of the 21st, and so this will come out on July 22nd, Saturday. This is when Venus retrograde starts. It will go for about 6 weeks. If you want more information on this, go back to the intro. Click on the intro. I'll timestamp all of this. Check out the intro, and then you can jump to Virgo, or you, again, like I was telling everybody, you can go through all your signs as well and see what might be reflecting you over the next 6 weeks, because this is a time where things slow down. It gives you time to do some focus. All right, so what do we got for you, Virgo? Activating your house of dreams and subconsciousness and hidden desires. This retrograde is bound to make relationships a little more confusing for you. You're likely going to feel as though you have even less clarity around your partnership right now. Have no fear. Clarity will come after the retrograde. Trust your intuition in the meantime. So this is a time to where, okay, you are going to be facing some challenges in some relationships. You're going to feel confused. You're going to be wondering, your mind's going to wander, so to speak. Maybe your mind will get the best of you. So you're going to want to slow down and don't make any sudden decisions on anything. Go within, go into your hermit mode, and start focusing on your intuition, and just kind of breathe and relax until we get through the 6 weeks. So this retrograde might be a little rougher for you if you feel like you're having rocky relationships, whether it's with an intimate partner, a family member. There might be a heated discussion, or there might be a little snippiness, maybe a little tit-tat fight. Don't overthink it. Just kind of go within, withdraw, and just follow your intuition. Let your intuition guide you. Learn to heighten your intuition so it doesn't get these situations that you come across where it is confusing and there isn't enough clarity right now. Ride out that 6 weeks. Give it some time. That's when, it'll become clear again after the retrograde. So just hang in there. This one might be a little rough for you, but if you watch this and understand it and you know what's happening over the next 6 weeks, you'll know how to better gear yourself to not do anything irrational, okay? So, Virgo, this is what I have for you. Up next, we've got Libra, 2913. All right, give me 1 second, you guys. I need to have a quick sip of water, so sorry about this. Okay. Libra. This is the Justice card. What needs to be resolved and set right in your life? So I'm recording this on the evening of the 21st. Saturday, July 22nd, we are starting a Venus retrograde. These retrogrades do not happen very often. Mercury retrogrades happen more often. So if you want more information, go ahead and go back to the intro. Everything's time-stamped before, I read into how it'll affect your sign over the next 6 weeks, okay? So anyway, Venus retrograde is about love, money, and aesthetics, all right? So it'll be a time to slow down and for you to see what needs to be set right during this time, right? Maybe there's something, going on in your inner circle that, you might need to just get some clarity to, or maybe something needs to be resolved. So let's see how this is going to affect you. All right. With the retrograde highlighting your house of social circles. Now, because Libras are social butterflies. So you're going to have a lot of friends and, community members that you talk to. So that's definitely a Libra for you. So it's going to, like I said, it's going to highlight the house of social circles and community. You might be identifying ways to conform to certain people or groups, such as people pleasing, showing up unauthentically, or hiding parts of yourself to fit in. It's a great time to remind yourself of who you are today and how to express the real you with more intention to the friends and loved ones who truly matter to you the most. So this is a time for you to set yourself correct with your community and your partnerships. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't do anything that you really don't want to do, but you feel like if you do it, it'll help you become part of an inner circle. You don't need to do that. If you are going to be part of a circle or a friend group, or if anybody's going to want to be close and be friendly with you, they're going to flock to you because of you. Libra, you're a social butterfly. You can attract anybody into your life. You don't have to keep everybody, okay? There's nothing wrong with people coming and going in and out of your life. There's nothing wrong with you having, basic relationships without, getting too close with them. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you're not people pleasing, okay? This is a time for you to give yourself justice, right? Give the situations justice. Show up as you, because you are a beautiful you no matter what. This is a chance to see who really belongs in your life and who really doesn't belong in your life, because by you being you, the right ones are going to come to you. All right? So that's what I have for you, Libra. Up next, we've got Scorpio coming in at 3330. All right. All right, you guys got to take a quick sip. All right. All right, so Scorpio, we've got the Death card. What situation in your life is transforming and changing to bring about something new? So, if you want more information on this Venus retrograde, go ahead and go back to the intro before you click back on the timestamp for Scorpio if you want to get more information. But basically, we are headed into a retrograde in Venus, a Venus retrograde, which starts July 22nd. That's tomorrow, Saturday. I'm recording this the evening of Friday the 21st. This retrograde is very unique. It does not happen very often. It's every 18 months. It focuses on love, money, and aesthetics. All right. So Scorpio. So with the Death card, So maybe there's, something that needs to transform, change, close out for something new. All right. So let's see what we've got here for you. With the retrograde hitting your house of career and legacy, you're reevaluating your efforts at work. Have you been overworking? Is it time to ask for a raise? Right now is the time to reflect on the answers, encouraging you to finally express your demands. After the retrograde is over, time to ask for a raise or promotion. All right, so maybe you are feeling overworked, underpaid. This is a time to take the next 6 weeks to focus in on what it is you're doing. Are you satisfied? Are you stressed out at the end of the day? Are you finding yourself struggling to pay bills? Or are you happy with where you are in your career and maybe you would like to jump on to an additional adventure? Maybe you're feeling ready to do something different other than what it is that you're doing. So this will be a time over the next 6 weeks to focus on that and figure out, do you want to ask for a raise, or do you want to ask yourself for a raise? Meaning, do you want to take a new adventure? Do you want to start doing something different? Take the time to reflect because, like I said, retrogrades, to a degree, I really like them because things slow down. I'm a Scorpio, plus I have Capricorn. So, I like to be steady, busy. I don't like to be chaotic, crazy busy. And I think that when we are not in the retrogrades, sometimes, you feel like it's almost like you feel like you're spinning your wheels, right? You have all this stuff to do, and there's days that it's so busy and so chaotic, you don't really feel like you've checked anything off the list. This is a time where you actually feel like you can get things done. You're not stressed. Everything can just fall right in its place. So enjoy it because that's life. It isn't going to stay like that. There's always full of ups and downs. And when we get out of this retrograde, it'll probably get very busy and chaotic again. And that's okay. But, that's what the universe does. The universe keeps shaking us up for new things. And it's also, I consider it a test. How are you going to handle yourself through the different phases of when it's chaotic and you feel like you're not getting anything done and you're stressed? How are your emotions going to affect you, right? So when it slows down and you feel good and comfortable, it's a time to relax, reevaluate. What do you want to do when you get out of this? Do you want to remain chaotic and underpaid or not, right? So take the time, next 6 weeks, to figure out what it is that's going to make you happy financially. All right, Scorpio, that is what I have for you. Up next, we have Sagittarius coming in at 3841. All right. So we've got Temperance. What situation in your life is asking you to have patience and determination? Patience and determination. So if you want to know more about this Venus retrograde, go ahead and go back to the intro if you have not, before you go ahead and click on this. It will give you a little bit of more background, a little bit more information. Basically, we are headed into a Venus retrograde July 22nd. That is tomorrow. I'm recording this on the evening of the 21st. And to take it back, Venus retrograde does not happen very often. So this is a unique one. It happens every 18 months. we do have more Mercury retrogrades. The frustration with technology, communication gets a little funky, maybe you don't misunderstood people. Okay, those are the Mercury retrogrades. Here for this Venus retrograde, this is going to focus on love, it's going to focus on money, and it's going to focus on aesthetics. All right, so these are three things that most people actually focus on most of the time, but during this retrograde, this is a real time to reflect, because things slow down enough over the next 6 weeks for you to take the time to focus on it. All right, so let's see how this retrograde will affect your sign. This transit will activate your house of inspiration and new journeys. Now is a great time to consider how certain relationships, romantic or otherwise, might make you feel trapped. If you find yourself tiptoeing around a certain person, you might want to let them go during this retrograde. So yeah, maybe, this is a time to slow down and see, do you want to take a new journey? Are you feeling held back? Because, temperance is, it's a spirituality card as well, right? Maybe you are feeling a little too held down by somebody, and you really shouldn't be felt held down. You can be in relationships and still be free and be yourself and still be committed to that person. But do you feel like you're actually in that type of relationship where you feel like you have the freedom to be yourself? And, maybe you want to take a girlfriend's trip for a week, with your girlfriends and just go free and be free. Are you in a situation to where maybe your significant other feels uncomfortable with you doing that? And is that making you feel trapped? So this is a time for you to start thinking about these types of relationships. Are they enhancing you, helping you grow, or are they hindering you and holding you down? Because, this is a time to where you will want to evaluate that and see about what do you want to do for your next journey. Okay? Sagittarius. So that is what I have for you. Up next, we've got Capricorn coming in at 42.45. All right, hold on. I got to take another sip. A lot of talking. Almost finished though. Okay, the Devil, Capricorn. What boundaries need to be? I'm sorry, I should have more light on. I can't even read. I can't see. What boundaries need to be created in your life when it comes to toxic situations? So we are coming up into tomorrow, July 22nd. We are coming into a Venus retrograde. This does not happen very often. This is every 18 months, and it does go slower than the regular Mercury retrogrades. So this is a time where everybody can slow down. Everybody can start to reevaluate things in their life. If you want to know more about this, click back to the intro. I give more information there. So this is a long video, so this is why I time-stamped it. But for you to get a more understanding of it, go ahead and go to the intro, and then you can click back onto your timestamp for your actual sign. But this is this retrograde. Venus is going to focus on love, money, and aesthetics. So let's see how this is going to affect you. This retrograde is traveling through your house of contracts and psychology. It's priming you for a deep dive into the ways in which you experience toxicity in love and money. For example, maybe you are still clinging to a destructive ex. Ask yourself, which bonds are more unhealthy for me to keep around. It may be just the right time to do some deep shadow work in order to be your most creative, bold, magnetic self. So yeah, Capricorn. So this is, a time for you to slow down enough to realize, because, when we're in our busy, chaotic lives, sometimes we can be blinded to certain situations because we just feel like we don't have the time to notice things, red flags, or pay attention to, what's actually being said from somebody, or what do their actions really mean. When you're busy, sometimes we overlook those things. Red flags can be looked over. Sometimes we're looking at red flags and we're actually, when we're so busy, we're seeing that flag as whitish pink, maybe. We're not too sure. Maybe it's a red flag. Oh, I'm too busy. I don't have time to think about it. This is a time over the next 6 weeks, things will slow down enough for you to actually take a look at, wait a minute, what did that person say to me? Let me think about what they said. Or what did they just do? How did that make me feel? Right? This is perfect time for you to realize, what is toxic? What do you need to let go of? Are you holding on to anything? And if you are, now's the time to reevaluate and cut it loose. The only way anything good is going to come in is when you do your shadow work and cut out the toxic, situations in your life. And this doesn't have to be just romance. This could be, you could have a toxic relationship with alcohol. You could have a toxic relationship with, somebody you work with. It could be a toxic relationship with a friend. It could be somebody in your family. Whatever it is, you need to reevaluate it, see how it makes you feel, and then say to yourself, do I really need this in my life? Well, let me take a break from it and let's see how better I feel, how much, better my life gets, Until you cut rid of the negativity, you can't have anything positive come in, right? All right, Capricorn, that is what I have for you. Up next, we have the star Aquarius, 4735. All right, Aquarius, the star. What needs to heal in order for you to realize your deepest dreams? So, Aquarius, you'll probably want to go back to the intro of this video. It will give you a little bit more explanation and details on a recap of what I'm going to tell you now. We are getting ready to go through a retrograde in Venus. This doesn't happen very often. It's every 18 months, and it's much slower than a Mercury retrograde. So this is a time to reflect on love, money, and aesthetics. Okay, it's time to look at your love situations. It's time to look at your financial situations. It's time to take a look at yourself, right? So go back to the intro if you want more information, but then when you're finished, you can click back on your sign, and then we will give a little quick recap on how this retrograde over the next 6 weeks will probably affect you. Excuse me. All right, Aquarius, hitting your house of relationships and marriage. This Venus retrograde couldn't be more about partnership for you. It's encouraging you to understand your relationships on a deeper level. Be gentle with yourself and those you are in connection with, but try to see things as they really are too. So Aquarius, be gentle with yourself, be gentle with people around you. Maybe you're coming off as a little harsh at times with other people and yourself. Sometimes we don't always see things as they are. So this is a time to slow down and pay attention to what's, around you, the people around you. Maybe some people are into certain things that you're not into, and that's okay. We're all different for a reason, and it would be boring to be, friends with the exact same person who does the exact same things. It would be too much like twins. So it's okay to converse and be around people that are different than you. If you're having struggles in your marriage, slow down and just take the time to be gentle. Maybe, your communications can be a little softer, and, again, communicate with yourself softly. So this is a good time for you to see things maybe as they are, not as you want them to be. Okay? All right, Aquarius, that is what I have for you. And last but not least, we have Pisces, the moon. 5113. All right, Pisces, the moon. What situation in your life do you feel is secretly being hidden from you? Okay. So, Pisces, if you want more information on this retrograde in Venus, you'll want to go back to the intro, watch the intro, and then you can come back to your sign if you want additional information. However, I'm going to give a quick little recap here. July 22nd, which is tomorrow, Saturday. I'm recording this on the evening of the 21st. So we are entering a retrograde in Venus. This does not happen very often. This happens every 18 months, and it's much slower. Things slow down a lot more than it does during a Mercury retrograde. So this is really a time to reflect on love, money, and aesthetics, okay? How are you doing with your love relationships? How is your relationship with your finances? And how are you feeling about yourself personally, your vessel, the body that carries you around? So these are usually the three things that, the majority of the people in the universe do think about on a daily basis. However, when you come across this retrograde, it gives you a time to really slow down and focus on things that need a little bit more reevaluation. Okay, so we are going to do a quick recap here and see how this is possibly going to affect you during the next 6 weeks for your sign. This retrograde is traveling through your house of wellness and health. It's a great opportunity to think about how you receive compliments, money, or words of affection in your day-to-day life. Do you welcome them with open arms, or is there room for improvement? Consider ways to receive the gratitude and appreciation people show. So you might not feel comfortable with people giving you compliments. Maybe you don't feel like it's genuine, or just maybe you are just uncomfortable with being, a person that is actually very attractive, or is very smart, or is very helpful, very witty. Maybe, people want to do nice things for you, and that's a time for you to slow down and go ahead and accept those compliments. Pisces is a very emotional sign. Let's face it, you're the fish. You are in water 24/7. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm mostly land. Can I go near water? Of course. And then you've got Cancer. Cancer the crab. Cancer can do both. but you stay in the depths of the emotions and the water. So you want to make sure that, you know, when somebody's giving you a compliment, or if they're, you know, trying to do something nice for you, don't read into it too much. Go ahead and try and come up to the top of the water a little bit, and don't be so emotional when somebody's trying to do something for you. You may be taking it personally. Maybe you feel like somebody is offering to help you, and you're taking it in a way of, what, you think I can't handle this myself? You think I can't do this? You know, and that's not really the intention. So this will be a time for you to slow down and accept, you know, somebody's help, because not because they're saying, you know, obviously you're too slow or you're not doing it right. They just genuinely see you as a person that's a hard worker doing your thing, and they genuinely want to offer some help and do something nice for you. Allow people to do that for you. And, you know, focus on your health. Get out there and do something good. Get some fresh air. Go for some walks. This is a good time where, like I said, you know, even at work, things should start to slow down a little bit. It already has at my work. It's steady, but it's not crazy. So it's giving me time to actually get through all my actions without feeling chaotic, or that I'm spinning my wheels, not getting anything done. So this is a time for you to slow down and, you know, don't be so deep in the emotions, and let people do some nice things for you. Let them, you know, if they want to buy you something, buy you a cup of coffee. If a stranger wants to buy you a cup of coffee, you know, that pay it forward. You know, don't take it as, you know, oh, are they, you know, expecting something back from me? Nah, somebody just wants to do something nice for you, because Pisces, you are you. All right. So that is what I have for you. All right, so if you guys have made it through this whole entire video and watched all the signs, bless you. That's awesome. You're wonderful. I know it was long, but I did want to do that because, like I said, it's not very often we have Venus retrogrades, and a lot of people are not even familiar with it. So I want to make sure you're familiar with it. So when things slow down and you have time to focus on you, love, money, this is a time to really reflect on it and, you know, cut out what doesn't work for your life. Welcome in what does. This is a good time for some change, and the universe is giving you that time to evaluate, to make that change, right? To better you, better your life. Get rid of that, you know, that toxicity. You know, if you're working at a job and you're working too hard and not getting paid enough, you're struggling with the bills, figure out a new plan. What is it you want to do? Do you want to do a side gig to help out? Or do you just want to do a whole new gig altogether, right? Are you ready for a relationship, you know? Evaluate what it is, you know, that you're ready for, all right? Again, don't forget, I am in the process of doing a giveaway. So if you are interested in being entered in to win a 1-question pendulum reading from me, it will be a private video sent out to you, email. Go ahead and on any of the videos, go ahead and hashtag pendulum. And that will let me know that you would like to be entered. I'm going to go ahead and give it another week because I just started doing this. Give folks a chance if they would like to be entered to let me know. And I will go ahead and pick a winner on probably next Friday. So I may do that via post. I may do a quick live. Who knows? I may do both. I just want to make sure the word gets out there and the winner knows that they're the winner. All right. So much love and light. Thank you guys for being part of my journey and my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, comment. If you want to enter, hashtag pendulum. Grow the channel, and let's keep it going. Let's keep the good vibes. Let's learn more. Let's learn from each other. All right. Much love and light. Happy Venus retrograde for the next 6 weeks.